Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hello.
What's up, Chris? What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Mike D? What's up, Scott?
Hello.
All right. Mike D, you there?
Yeah, goddamn, motherfucker goes live while it doesn't even bother to tell me.
I did say it. I did say I'm going to go live. I know you were going to get
I
something.
slipped out of the room to get ice, man. Next
I
thing
didn't know. I'm not fucking psychic, yo. Or maybe
we're
I
here,
am, actually.
we're here with Scott. We're here with Chris, Mike D. I'm like, fuck it. I bet he's doing a cast, and I'm in the kitchen getting ice.
Shit. Shit. All right. Anyway, Chris, what do you got?
So you sent me this article before about, Blade Runner 2049, and the article basically talks about how they might be revealing if Deckard is a replicant or not in the film, which Ridley Scott, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Blade Runner and for 2049, I guess, but they're going to reveal whether or not he's a replicant, and most likely he's going to
He
be.
shouldn't be, but the thing is, though, my main thing about you talking about the article was I wanted you to look at how he was cursing like that, and like that's how he is. Then like my whole thing was by reading that, I figured we get the conclusion like we've had all along that he's a real ass because the way he treated Neil Blomkamp and all that stuff. If he sounds like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what did he say?
I don't get that impression,
No.
honestly. No, I think that he's just. You gotta remember, the guy is like what? He's 80 now, close to 80.
Is he 80 now? Okay.
I think he's much older now. If the guy wants to curse in an interview, I mean, he's allowed to do so as the person being interviewed, and it's the job of whoever is putting this interview out there, whether it be in text form or in audio form or video form, to censor that if they need to do so. We know from what's going on in this movie that they just want to answer this question because it's a question that's been answered before. So I really don't understand why people are getting so upset about this.
Wasn't Harrison Ford against it? Like he said that shouldn't be the way it is. Like it was
I've never
stupid or
heard
something?
Harrison Ford speak on it. I've heard Ridley Scott speak on it, and he said that his intention was for him to be a replicant in the movie.
That's horrible.
Really, Scott?
Well, what do you think, Mike D?
I think it's a needless, yet again, another needless fucking movie that they should have left the original well enough alone. The original's like a masterpiece. It's what they're going to do is they're going to do the same shit that they did with Rob Zombie screwed up Halloween, where they explained too much. The reason the original was so good was it was enigmatic whether or not Deckard actually was a replicant, and there were different layers of what was going on that were very overt, and there were some that were subtle. But I mean, it was a great film, it was a masterpiece, work of art, legit. But I mean, they're going to do like some needless, shit out reboot or continuation or whatever. No one cares. I mean, just leave for fuck's sake, leave the original as it is.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Well, on that point too, they're already saying that they don't think this movie is going to do as well as some people are thinking. And
I think it's going to bomb.
It makes sense because I mean, how many years removed are we from the first Blade Runner?
Yeah.
It's too long, and I honestly didn't think. I thought it was going to bomb because I'm like, no, like a lot of people don't. There's a whole generations after that. Nobody I remember it. Mike D remembers it. A few of us remember it, but there's how many generations after that? 2 generations now in this world. I mean, people are not gonna. It's gonna bomb. And didn't he talk and say that he's looking forward to making sequels like Alien sequels?
Yes, he's under the impression that he's going to be able to turn this into a franchise like Alien.
Oh God, go away, Ridley Scott. God damn, he's gonna screw this up like he did Alien. I mean, Joe and I were just talking on the phone yesterday.
Blade Runner's back from '82, so they had enough time to do a sequel between that time.
They had to screw up the franchise, just like they screwed up that Alien and Aliens should have been the only movies that existed with that. The first Predator film, after that, they sucked. They're going to do the same thing with Blade Runner. And Blade Runner is it is a film that people pick apart in film school. I mean, it's a classic that film noir, sci-fi. I mean, there's all sorts of different genre. The cinematography, I mean, everything going on in that. But they're rather than that's the problem with movies now is that we have too many retarded like superhero there's a place for superhero films and there's a place for like Disney. But I mean, let's face it, Disney films are like a regurgitated company that just like mass produce canned garbage for children and for people to sell toys. And superhero films are like guys running around in underwear, you know, blowing up buildings and shit. You know, and those are fun, legit things to go watch, you know, for fun and spectacle. But it's actually like taking away like films that really are films and works of art in their own right. I mean, no one's going to go and pick apart the Avengers in film class as like some great masterpiece.
No, they're not.
And what's going on now is my point of getting to is that everything that they're trying to do is franchise everything. They're not interested in.
Well, Ridley Scott, that's his work. He wants to franchise it. So
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like Lucas lost his way with Star Wars. These people, they start seeing money, they start seeing franchise. They've lost the point that these are works of art. Leave them alone. Even John Carpenter sold out. Carpenter's directed like some of the biggest classic horror and action films that all of us love and grew up on, and he's sold out.
Fog.
He's sold out. He said when he did the remake of The Fog, they asked him why he was doing that, and he said, well, I opened my hand up, and they put a check in it for a very large sum of money. He doesn't care about it anymore, the artistry behind the filmmaking. At some point, these people just need to fuck off, you know, and go away. Leave your classics as they are.
So
he wants to do 6?
Plus, it's like, look at all the great comedies we had. We had the original Caddyshack. What happened? They made a sequel. We had Meatballs. They made a sequel. They had two Blues Brothers. They had a Blues Brothers sequel, which
2000.
was not very good. Yeah. They did Heavy Metal 2000, which to me was not very good.
Or Eddie and the Cruisers too.
Well, look at the Jaws franchise and the Home Alone franchise. Look how much of a joke those became. They were pretty much the same. They were actually the first movie over and over and over again. There's certain movies that were great as just one shots. Just leave them as one shots, and that's all.
Ridley Scott wants to do 6 Alien movies.
Oh,
right, Chris. He said at one time 6, right?
Well, yeah,
now
but
he wants to do 6 Aliens plus what? 3 Blade Runners?
Well, this is the problem though, and this is something that I don't think that he expected when making Alien Covenant. When he was making Prometheus, he said, I want to tell the story of the space jockey in Alien. And I was okay with that because I said, okay, that's something different. It's within the universe, but maybe I believe that any story can be interesting if you tell it the right way. My problem is I don't think he was telling the truth when he said that. I think he wanted to put the space jockey in the movie, but then he's like, oh, wouldn't it be a good idea if the space jockey, if the space jockey wasn't really the way you saw it, and it was actually a human thing inside of it, and we'll put the origin of humanity in there. And I remember sitting in Prometheus, and I said, you know, I don't care how you believe humanity began. It's really irrelevant to me. But why is this being told in the Alien franchise?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. When I watch Alien or Aliens, I don't think, I wonder how the humans got there. Like, no, I don't care.
Right.
Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, oh, we'll put the origin. That's like saying we'll put the origin of religion in Transformers.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think there might be a delay.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, shut up, I'm talking. The thing with that seems like a better idea in Stargate, you know, like that film, to deal with like the origins of humanity and all that, rather than like I agree with Chris with what he's saying about Alien. You know, like it's like a horror film. You're going in it to like get these ideas about like the origination of mankind. I mean, like no, I wanted to see people getting hunted down and killed by an alien. You know.
But they did it in such a unique manner with Stargate, and they didn't go off and do like sequel. They went off and did a franchise on TV to expand it, which was real good. And then of course they had spin-offs. Same way with Star Trek. They knew they had a good idea and went on. It's not like, oh, let's take the Alien franchise or the Predator franchise and put them in a different location and just beat it to death. And that's what Scott has done with Aliens, and that's what is going to happen with Blade Runner. Is that people sat there and watched Blade Runner for the entertainment, never once suspected that Harrison Ford's character was a replicant. And it's irrelevant to the movie.
He just wants money. He knows that Alien fails. Now he wants to make many Blade Runners. He's talking out of his ass.
They've got 3 different versions on Blu-ray, and I know on Laserdisc when I had it like 20 years ago, they had like a director's cut that had like, well, there was like a standard version, then the director's cut, and then they had like the international version or something, but one of them ended where it actually was alluding to the fact that Deckard was actually a replicant because it had a different ending than the one where he and Sean Young's character are seen driving off, at the end of the film, and he's ruminating about life and, all that kind of shit. It's just it's a movie that just needs to exist on its own. Mm-hmm. And all the it's like Top Gun 2's coming out. I mean, for fuck's sake, give me a break.
Wet Hot Summer 2, right?
Well, I mean,
Roadhouse 2.
They never did a sequel to Real Genius, at least, one of my all-time favorite films. And
yeah, same here. I'm thankful for that.
And then, I mean, Revenge of the Nerds, like, although I'm a fan of the sequel, too, because the sequel's funny when they go to Fort Lauderdale. I mean, that and Porky's and those 80s, like, sex comedies, those are funny. Hard Bodies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Those were, like really, but those are cheesy, so they were great, fun entertainment. But, I mean, a legit work of art like Blade Runner or, like, Chinatown.
Yep.
Like Apocalypse Now. I mean, let's remake Apocalypse Now with, like, Vin Diesel and Ryan Gosling in it or something. Fuck off.
What? Speaking of Ryan Gosling,
yeah,
he's supposed to be the main character in 2049.
It seems to me just like Harrison Ford wanted out of Star Wars, so he gave him that chance to be stabbed. It's like Harrison Ford wants to be out of Blade Runner, so let's make him a replicant, then that way he's not in it anymore.
Well, Harrison Ford is really focused on being an Indiana Jones. Like, that's something that he legitimately wants to come back to. And at this point, I'm like, but like, how?
No, but he's working out.
Yeah.
Working out. Like, and I remember...
How, though?
Listen, when you determine, honestly, he looked good in Expendables, what was it, 3?
He was good in Expendables 3,
That's because he was flying a helicopter. He wasn't doing it by himself.
I don't know. I think he's gonna be in shape. Listen, what is it? 80 is the new 60, I guess, right? I don't know.
Well, he needs to take some better flying lessons, apparently. That motherfucker's supposed to have flown the Millennium Falcon. He can't even take off in a Cessna jet without,
we did a topic once on that. I remember.
Hey, look at it this way. At least John Denver wasn't flying the plane. All right, let's be thankful for that.
Yeah, but my favorite John Denver hit was the one that he made when he hit the side of that mountain, if I remember correctly, right? I think it was called Kaboom.
Oh my God, that's bad form, as Rufio would say.
Well, that's what Rocky Mountain High was about.
What was Eddie and the Cruisers? Remember that movie?
Yes,
they did it too. They did it
crash? Yes, I was talking about that. Didn't he crash? Didn't he go over the ledge with the car, and then he was really alive or something? And he was playing at a place. I don't know. But people don't know what I'm talking about.
Wasn't it like Eddie Lives? Part 2 was like Eddie
Lives. Yeah. They were playing the music. Oh yeah, and he's like, dude, and he's like, Eddie's back, and it's like, well, people don't even know what I'm talking about now. It's like,
and it's a loose reference to the lead singer to The Doors.
Freaking Ghoulies 1, 2, and 3, or Critters 1, 2, 3, and 4.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the Gremlins horror reboot. Yeah, let's do that.
It's not a
reboot.
Like a great idea. It's a sequel.
Well, for now, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Let's put it this way: it's a soft reboot.
No CGI, I heard, at all. It's going to be like they usually do.
Puppets. So no puppets were really killed in a blender this time.
Peltzer's going to be like in his 50s.
Gremlins was what? Was Gremlins rated R?
No, it was PG.
So, no. Oh, it was PG. Are you sure?
It was PG, and it was one of the movies that inspired PG-13.
Okay.
But it wasn't until Red Dawn that the PG-13 lineup, because people got so up in arms the fact that, oh, we're going to be taking our child to a nice family-friendly movie. And then you see a gremlin shoved inside a microwave pot. You had a gremlin that was put in a blender, and initially the dog and the mother were supposed to get iced. The mother was supposed to be beheaded.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, the kids are like sticking like a kitty in the microwave. Look, mommy, kitty's in the microwave. I saw.
Look at the mom figure with a detachable head. No.
You know,
And plus Gizmo was supposed to actually be the one that transformed into Stripe, but because
they said the third one, they're saying he may turn into a, which I hope they don't do that.
What are some of the most?
Stripe looked at Gizmo and go, "Oh, he's so cute. How could a cute little thing transform into Stripe?" So
What are the most unnecessary sequels that have come out? I was trying to think, like in the 80s, especially, or the 90s. It's really I mean, like for example, like Die Hard. Like I like Die Hard.
Oh, Die Hard was one of the greatest movies of all time.
Well, yeah, but I thought 2 was good, and I even thought 3 was entertaining. You know,
Yes.
but I'm trying to think of like unnecessary that was just like, you know, wow, this really shit.
Beverly Hills Cop 3 is unnecessary.
Yeah. Well,
Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 were great. Superman 3 was unnecessary.
yeah.
Superman
Batman
4 was a
versus
waste of
Superman.
film.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Batman and Robin was
Oh
unnecessary.
God!
It just celebrated its 20th anniversary this
I
month.
know.
Oh, no.
It still sucks.
Yeah, we're talking
All
about
the
the
Batman movies did.
Joel Schumacher film. Well, you
Yeah.
know what? I'll tell you what. They didn't need to do a sequel to Lost Boys. While I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, Lost Boys is my
They
favorite.
did
One of my
two
favorite
sequels,
go-to.
didn't they? I never even seen the sequels.
Well,
Oh,
they never
no.
did. They
Don't.
never did. You know,
It was
before they never did sequels to The Breakfast Club or like St. Elmo's Fire. Think about
I
that.
know.
Woody and Payne.
Well, wait a minute. They didn't do a sequel to St. Elmo's Fire, or they did?
No.
I don't think they did. No, they did one
Did they
called.
do one of those weird
They
sequels?
did one. They did one like About All Night or something like that. That was kind of like it had the same cast, but it was different. You know what I saw the other day? I'm surprised they hadn't fucking done a reboot of this. License to Drive with the two Coreys.
Yes.
Kareem and Corey. And that was a fucking. Sandra and I watched that, and I mean, you know, I saw it in like 1988 when I was in 7th grade, and we were like cracking up laughing watching it. It hasn't really dated too badly. It was actually funny still.
There's a funny little thing about that. Me and two other people were going to go see that movie, and the gal driving actually got pulled over for going like 10 or 20 miles over the speed limit, and I didn't even think about it until
Is
after
that the one where Billy Ocean
Oh
was the
God! Of
soundtrack?
all movies to go see
Yes.
and get pulled over
Billy
for.
Ocean was the soundtrack. Get out of my dream into my car.
Get into my 3
We're
car.
going to see Billy Ocean on the 28th of July in Staten Island. He's going to be singing with it's going to be like retro, whatever. Jefferson Starship's going to be there.
Oh yeah,
I can't freaking wait.
Romantic Stone.
80s night.
I can't wait, man.
You see, I loved all those 80s films that, like, even like some of the serious ones, like Less Than Zero with Robert Downey Jr. and Andrew McCarthy, and Weekend at Bernie's, man.
Oh, I love
Weekend Bernie's 1 and 2. Well, what about Saturday Night Fever sequel was what? Staying Alive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And we're like, oh, that was weird,
God.
right?
Yeah. Or that movie, wasn't he in, like, Perfect with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes.
That was the third one, right? Was that a sequel? That was a sequel, right? That was the third one? Or
Actually, they never did a sequel to True Lies, the James Cameron film.
They were supposed to. They were supposed to, yeah.
That would have been cool. Bill
That
Paxton
would've-
will be in it, but, you know.
I know. That would have been definitely cool to see.
Electric Dreams.
That was a good one. I remember that.
Break it to Electric Boogaloo.
That's right, man.
Or what
They
was
had
it?
American Werewolf in London and American Werewolf in Paris.
I just
Oh,
watched
Werewolf
that
in
last
Paris.
night.
Oh,
The original
I
one.
tried watching that several
Paris
times.
sucked.
No, the original, not the shit remake.
Yeah.
London was the original. London,
Yeah, I just
well,
saw
they're remaking that with the
Nice.
sun.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they're remaking London. American Werewolf in London.
Are they going to
No
Stephen
wonder
Moffat
Moffat's
make
not doing
that?
that movie or taking excerpts.
I bet you, I keep saying that. I've been saying it for like 6 years. I bet you Moffat gets Gremlins.
That movie had some of the best practical effects that I've ever
Yes.
seen.
Yes.
American Werewolf in London. That's
Hulk
fantastic.
Hogan was in the second one. Remember that? Hulk Hogan was yelling in the theater at the Gremlins. You messed up.
Oh, I was talking about American Werewolf in London, but yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember watching that video. My grandpa and I were watching it because he showed me the original one, but we'd never seen the second one, and we were watching it. And you know that scene where they take over the theater and the screen goes static. We thought the tape broke. And we were sitting there like, what the hell? And then when we saw them come on the screen, we were like, is this part of the movie? And then Hogan shows up, and we're like, okay.
Get the crap out of them.
What's having the anniversary? Whoops, sorry, there may be a delay on here. What's having the anniversary? I saw the other day that they're going to bring it to theaters for a limited time. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That was a great movie.
It's got Ann Wilson of Heart in it too.
I love that movie. That movie is classic.
But I'm trying to remember if
hey bud, let's party.
in Gremlins there's supposed to be an alleyway scene, and if I remember right, at the far end there was supposed to have been a movie poster of the original name for E.T. And I was trying to look that up.
Oh yeah,
the extra testicle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised that hasn't gotten a sequel yet.
It was supposed to.
There was plans to, but they were supposed to be. That pretty much is what Gremlins was supposed to have been. Was a sequel to E.T. But
I think it was supposed to be the kids were going to go with him to his planet. And then it's like bounty hunters or weird shit or something. I don't know.
Not that I want it, but I mean, they didn't do a remake or not a remake, but a sequel to Forrest Gump.
Well, thank God for that. Right?
I demand a sequel.
I think Tom Hanks would probably be like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, he has say. He would have say with that.
We need to see a sequel to Schindler's List.
Well, I know everybody's looking forward to the Ghostbusters sequel or not, but Dan Aykroyd today.
List too.
Well, Dan Aykroyd had filmed this thing for this kid for like this charity. Like the voiceover, and it was like a little Ghostbuster film with a kid fighting the Stay Puft. So that was pretty interesting. No new Ghostbusters were allowed though.
They did a sequel to Fletch.
Fletch Lives.
Fletch, yep, I remember that.
I wish they would have had a sequel to Modern Problems. I love that friggin' movie, man.
Or
yeah, nobody knows that.
Actually, the Vacation movie, the Christmas one, was a good sequel. That was funny.
Yes. The Vegas Vacation sucked.
Yeah. The European was kind of a little...
Yeah. Yeah. But then, what was that other movie I was thinking about?
Was it Aunt Edna died in the car and the kids...
Yeah. I was saying Modern Problems with Chevy Chase. Yeah, Chevy Chase had powers. That was great. They should have made a sequel to that. I was looking at, you know what I was looking at today? One of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Love at First Bite. Remember that?
Modern Problems.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about a Chevy Chase movie? Modern Problems.
Yes.
I just said Modern Problems.
Oh, I couldn't hear you because you fuzzed out. You fuzzed out.
That's the one he was talking about.
Jim Carrey's in that
and
one.
I remember I remember we went to see Zorro and the Gay Blade.
Oh, God.
And we didn't even know what the word gay.
Zorro the Gay Blade.
And my dad was like, "What the?" When he found out what it was, because like what the gay word was, he was like, "What the?"
The ones that are still funny too are the Naked Gun films and Airplane.
But the Zorro movie was, even though it was the best, it was amazing. That movie with George Hamilton.
Yes.
Then they had Saturday the 14th. Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
I saw that in the theater. That was like old. Or Transylvania 65000.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
Looking for Dracula.
Yeah, it had Jeff Goldblum and like Ed Begley, I think, in Transylvania 65000. It was kind of.
And the dude who played the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you're looking for the Blob.
The Blob is being remade now. I think when Halle Berry's going to be in the Blob movie.
Gosh.
Stop trying to make Halle Berry happen.
Yeah.
They're showing diversity. They're making the Blob a black female.
Who's Leslie?
At least we're not going to get Cloud Atlas too.
If they're going to make the Blob a black female, should it be Leslie Jones?
Yeah.
Me and Sharon's first movie as a couple was Cloud Atlas.
Halle Berry ruined.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
I'm surprised our relationship lasted because of that movie. Now, the movie was like horrible.
That movie,
lost.
Blah, motherfucker.
that
Oh,
movie was terrible. I watched Cloud Atlas, and I had a headache halfway through. I was like, I don't understand this.
I guess I chose that movie, and that was I didn't get to choose for the next something. That was bad. That was
The power
bad.
of the blob compels you.
Yeah.
I remember I took my first date to Schindler's List, and we had a hell of a time making out.
Oh my god. Oh
I'm
my.
still surprised we never got a Beetlejuice sequel.
Yeah.
They were gonna do Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian,
Yeah.
and you know what stopped that? The friggin' Superman movie with Nick Cage that never got made.
Oh, God.
They told Kevin Smith, they were like, well, we want you to either do Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian or we just got the rights to Superman. And he was like, I'll do Superman.
Yeah. What are you gonna choose? Of course. Yeah.
I still can't see that. And, you know, Nick Cage even named his kid Kal-El.
Yeah.
In real life. I can't
Crazy.
see him being Superman. He's like,
There's
That's
actually
right.
there's actually photos out there of him in the costume, like the Tesla
Yes, I've seen
costume.
them.
Yes, I know.
all right, who's got the kryptonite? For fuck's
Do
sake.
you remember Mark Hamill as was it the Guyver? Was it the
Mark
Guyver?
Hamill, what?
Mark Hamill. What was the movie?
No,
Where
Richard
he's-
Wilson was MacGyver.
no, not MacGyver. The guy was it the Guyver? Or was it what was
Yeah,
that
Was
movie
it that
with-
alien suit
Yes.
thing? I saw the Japanese version of that. It's
What?
actually not bad.
The Mark Hamill movie where he's an alien, right?
Star
Well,
Wars?
no, he gets an alien suit.
He gets an alien suit, the Guyver,
Yes,
right?
yes, I know there's one you're talking about. Yeah,
Isn't it called
I
the
can't think
Guyver?
we talked about it a while ago.
It's called the
on YouTube.
Guyver,
I always
right?
remember Mark Hamill's.
The Guyver. It's
The
called
Oh,
Guyver, that's what I said. The Guyver.
Star
Yes.
Wars.
No.
Star Wars.
I always remember Mark Hamill's.
Village of the
cock blocker
Damned.
from Jane Silent Bob
The
Strike
the
Back.
funny thing is he's not even in the suit. It was actually somebody. They were just playing off his part of him being.
Condor Man.
The Wraith.
Condor Man.
The Wraith. Condor, man.
Condor Man was good, man. I like
Fucking
Condor Man.
Cannonball Run, man.
Cannibal Run is being
Gumball
remade right
Rally.
now. They're doing a new movie.
Who's in it?
George Clooney,
Bobby.
Simon Pegg. I think Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Nick Frost is going to be Captain Chaos, I think.
Halle Berry's going to be in it.
Yeah, I think Nick Frost is going to be Captain Chaos. I'm Luis part.
Fucking
That's
Ryan
insane.
Gosling's going to be in that too, right?
Probably. Might as well get Daniel Craig in there as Daniel Craig,
Well, that'd be
like Roger Moore, right?
Well, yeah, that'd be funny.
We're going to get Jay-Z in there.
Ryan
Or
Reynolds.
you'll get Kanye West.
Ryan Reynolds is in every fucking thing. Like, you turn on Netflix and, like, take a blind, like, hit the button at any movie and Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Well, that movie where he's like Deadpool but not Deadpool, and Samuel L. Jackson is just Samuel L. Jackson,
Oh,
the
the
bodyguard,
Bodyguard.
that's hysterical. That's going to be amazing. Right? He's always
Tron
playing
Superman.
Deadpool when it's not Deadpool. That's the way he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Well, he was in a movie with Denzel Washington, Safe House, right? That was actually really good.
I loved Safe House. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody panned it, and just like I was getting my hair cut, and somebody saying they were thinking about going to see The Mummy, and I says, "Do not believe the bad word upon it. It's actually quite good." And Safe House was one of the ones that I thought was quite good as well.
What was the movie? Morgan Freeman. There was one called Kiss the Girls, and there was another one. He was like was he a detective?
A Long
Alex
Came
Cross?
Flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are good.
That's a good one.
Those are definitely good.
They never did.
Oh.
They never did a sequel to Mississippi Burning, right?
No, now they're retitling Saw.
The
The eighth
Jigsaw.
one, Jigsaw. Now from 1, 2, they're gonna do Jigsaw 1, 2, 3.
If you call it Saw, like you pronounce it,
Saw.
Saw,
Saw.
Pyramid of Saw.
Right.
Oh yeah, do we really need another Saw film? I mean,
No.
you know?
Well, after the Doctor Who finishes filming, there's gonna be a movie about everybody hunting down Stephen Moffat. No, that's the reason it.
Saw.
Where in the world is Moffat? No.
Well, what's some of the? I'm waiting for like the Saved by the Bell motion picture or something.
God. Well, there's a new Night Ride they're gonna try to bring back, right? I heard again.
Oh God.
Oh,
You
is
can
The
see-
Rock going to be in this one?
Catch. Yeah. No.
He's going to play the car?
They're gonna have
Oh,
the,
is he gonna be the car? He wouldn't be the car.
They're gonna have
He
the
would be
same
my
by the Saved by the Bell, the motion picture. They're gonna have Ryan Gosling playing Zach, right?
Yeah.
Bring him back and fucking
I'm surprised they haven't included Kit and Knight Rider in any of the Triple X or Fast and the
No,
Furious.
you know what they're gonna do? You know what they're gonna do? I Dream of Jeannie. They're gonna reboot that.
they've already done it.
They're gonna do it
Bewitched
again.
with Will
They
Ferrell.
didn't they do like Nicole Kidman or something? Was
That was
Genie?
Bewitched.
No, that was Bewitched.
That was,
Will
yeah.
Ferrell.
Well, somebody played
I was
Genie.
about to say, yeah. I
That
thought-
was, that was Samantha Stevens, Bewitched.
Well, no, I know Genie was Barbara Eden, and
Yes.
Elizabeth Montgomery was in Bewitched. Yeah, but
Yes, they did Bewitched. The one you're talking about with Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell was Bewitched.
the Beverly Hillbillies.
The Monsters, they did reboot it, failed.
Like 5 times.
No, they called it Mockingbird Lane. They try to say that because they're monsters, they regenerated into different
Yeah, but
versions.
they did one way before that, like in the late '80s, called the
they
Monster Return, and it was like the guy John Shuck played Frankenstein, or what the fuck, Herman Monster.
Right, yeah, that's right. They tried to do that, yes.
Lee Merriweather was Lily, and it was stupid. I mean, you got to have like those original people, those actors made those characters.
Yeah. I'm glad we got one more Adam West animated
Yes,
with
me too.
William Shatner as Two-Face.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
That should be interesting.
Well, that's applicable casting, right? Shatner.
Yeah,
Two-Face?
I know. I can't wait to hear that.
Remember on Saturday Night Live when he did that skit where he was talking to the convention goers, telling them to get on.
Oh, yes.
Right. Which they use in Galaxy Quest, where he told the kids off. Remember that? Came out.
He's
I
like,
watched Galaxy Quest the other day. That's fantastic, Galaxy.
I know you all traveled hundreds of miles, some of you, to spend your time paying a lot of money to come see me, but he's like, you've taken something I've done as a lark for like 20 years and turned it into a lifestyle. Get a life, go out, get a it's fucking great.
That was I think you got the heat for that. That was great. You got heat for that, definitely.
He was in the movie Fanboys. You ever see that?
Is that the one about George
familiar.
Lucas?
No.
Yeah, it was the one where they were like, one of the guys had cancer and he wanted to see Star Wars Episode 1 before it came out, like before he died. And William Shatner plays their inside source. They're like, this guy, he knows everything about Star Wars. And then he shows up and they're like, William Shatner?
God.
Oh, you know what was the best? They had this comedy called Enterprise, where the kid was growing up and he was a Star Trek fan, and the kid in the school was like a Han Solo fan, and like the kid wanted to beat him up, and he's like, oh, you don't want to beat him up. He's like, he said that Han Solo could kick Captain Kirk's ass. And he's like, go kick his ass, and he's like, the kid's like punching him. That was the funniest thing.
God. What about Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, man? Late 70s?
Yes.
Yep. Bionic Woman also.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Don't get Bill Bixby mad, motherfucker.
Yeah. That was
Leslie
awesome.
Jones as the Hulk.
Oh.
And I like how he always turned into the Hulk, and they would always use the same stock footage of him like ripping his pants and his shoes and stuff.
After a while, yeah.
That motherfucker would be out in the middle of nowhere, and he would like rip through his clothes, and then like he would turn back into like Bruce Banner, or David Banner, whatever the name change
Yeah,
was.
was David, yeah.
David, because they thought birth was too feminine gay.
Yeah, so David, when he changed back to David Banner, he had a full set of clothes again. It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Why didn't he just get expandable pants or something, to
Right.
wear underneath his clothing?
Well, they
when he-
joked about that in Avengers. They joked about that. It was Avengers of the Hulk movies. They joked about.
Remember how
It was the
shitty that
Hulk
one
was-
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the Hulk versus Thor. Or
Yeah, that was
Daredevil,
great. That was great.
The shitty version in the late 80s or whatever.
Well, She-Hulk was
Yes.
supposed to appear in the Death of the Hulk, but then they changed it.
Daredevil showed up in one of those too.
Yep.
Daredevil, yep.
John Reese.
And the costume
John
from
Reese
then
Davies.
looks like the one from now. Well, the one from the first season, anyway.
Don't they have like the $6 billion man coming out now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh my god. Well, oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's not Ryan Gosling.
No. Is that Transformer?
And then they got Daddy's Home too,
He's
right?
up encountering the
Yeah.
Transformers.
Daddy, which it's got
John
Mel
Lithgow plays
Gibson.
Will.
Mel
Will
Gibson
Ferrell's
as Mark Wahlberg's father, and John Lithgow is Will Ferrell's. Yeah.
more.
Oh God.
Daddy's Home too.
Yeah, Daddy's Home too.
Oh, okay.
The first one's on Netflix streaming.
Yeah,
Haven't seen it.
So John Lithgow's having to relegate himself to those roles these days.
I guess. And then they got Anchorman. They're trying to get a third one out.
Oh, please don't. The second one was so bad.
I'm just glad Adam Sandler's gone away.
He's gone to the land of Netflix movies.
Yeah.
Well, they Ben Stiller. They're gonna do another Dodgeball. They teased it with that
Yeah.
that little
I
commercial.
like
They're
the
doing
first
another
one.
I love the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually quite funny.
Yeah.
If you can dodge an airplane, you can dodge a ball. I can just imagine that.
They got wasn't their coach like paraplegic or something?
He died. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
They got
they killed him off in Men in Black because he
The third one.
in his arrest charges and everything. They didn't want to like be
Yeah.
embarrassed.
I like Zed. That was too bad.
Do you remember that movie from the 80s? Well, I'm sure Joe does. House with William Cadd and
It was
Paul.
two, there was
Yes. I
there was
saw it.
one, there was two, and then there was four. They skipped three. Remember that?
There was no 3. They went.
There was
they
no
said,
3.
They said 3 is going to suck so bad. We're not even going to put it
I'm
out.
serious. I'm serious. It was 4. It was 1, 2, and 4, and the fourth one was a female. And then I think he cameoed. I think in the fourth one.
They
I
did.
remember seeing the second one, but I don't remember seeing any of the others.
They had like a sequel to Pet Cemetery too. I forgot about
Yes.
that. Edward Furlong. It's like why?
Yeah. And what else?
Plus, they did a sequel to Salem's Lot.
Oh, and that was like.
Well, The Shining. They're trying to do that too. This.
Oh my God! No, Salem's Lot. Scott, I think brought up like the worst. I remember being so excited because that was like a movie, like one of my favorites growing
Oh,
up.
the original. Yes, mine too.
And then Return to Salem's Lot. I saw that, and it was like some shitty,
Yep.
it's like some fan film from like it was a totally different thing going on.
God, yes.
And I was like, I knew it was gonna suck like 5 minutes into it. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be painful watching this.
Would you like when they had the TV movies? Was it Stand? Was Sam Neill in that? Was Sam Neill in that one?
No, that was Gary Sinise. That came
Okay.
out in '94.
Yeah. Did you like that?
I mean, for what it was, I mean, it was cool to see the Stand portrayed like on TV, but it was a bit light. They needed to. I like the idea that Romero was going to do, where they were going to do like a multi sort of movie sort of thing, like 3 films, kind of like a trilogy,
Yeah.
where they were going to do like the film basically is a trilogy, 3 parts, which would be great. Because it's just such a huge. There's so many things going on in that book with so many characters that.
Yeah.
Or you would have to do it as a Netflix series and make it darker and more shit going on. Because I mean, that's supposed to be a really dark sort of thing, and you know, it was kind of like the Lifetime original movie version of The Stand.
Yeah, that's true. Well, The Dark Tower now is going to be a film.
Well, they could do The Stand like The Walking Dead. You know,
Yeah.
they could do a legit.
Definitely.
I'm surprised we didn't get the AMC didn't get the Friday 13th series. that was shocking to me. That would have been so much. That would have been really good on AMC.
But could that really exist as a show?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. AMC done right? Like absolutely.
I wish Constantine had gotten the AMC.
We could do like Halloween, where like the whole fucking season takes place in one night.
Yeah, I know. All right, so we got breaking news right now. We got breaking news. Hold
Breaking
on.
news.
Breaking news. Yeah, Chris.
So yeah, I was just scrolling through my Facebook timeline and I found this article. It's from a source that I usually use for Marvel news, and I know you're gonna love this, Joe. Tom Holland, who's of course playing the new Spider-Man, basically just said that he quote knows that he's going to be involved in Venom.
Oh,
So yeah,
so Spider-Man's going to appear in Venom.
well at least that's what he's saying now.
Oh, my God.
Well, I read something earlier where Carnage is supposed to be the
Yeah,
big.
they confirmed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But where is Marvel's response, though?
You want to know why they're not responding?
That's a
I'm
whole
going to
cup.
go out on a limb here. I think this is connected, and they just weren't ready to say it.
God,
And
so that was supposed to be a
now
surprise?
Yeah, she jumped the gun, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a surprise.
They probably wanted to at least wait until this,
Well, didn't we say that he's going to get his suit ripped?
and then they were going to say, "Oh, by the
No.
way, blah blah blah."
No, his suit.
Didn't we
They actually said that he's not going to get a new suit in Infinity War.
Yeah, that's what I read.
They said
too.
he's wearing the same one.
Okay. That's Tony Stark's suit, right?
The one that he gives him, yeah.
Okay.
On Twitter, a few of the reviewers I follow who've seen Spider-Man: Homecoming say it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out in the
I
UK
also
or
read an
something?
article before that said that the guy who becomes Scorpion is in the movie.
Matt Gargan.
Yeah.
Ryan
what
Gosling.
In Homecoming.
Scorpion's in? Oh, he's going to
The guy
become
who becomes Scorpion. Not Scorpion himself.
So maybe he'll be in the next movie, Scorpion.
I always like Scorpion from the cartoon.
And no Mysterio, unfortunately.
That sucks. I love Mysterio.
Me too. Me too, man.
Ryan Reynolds, Mysterio.
And a shitty Fantastic Four sequel. Or reboot, whatever the hell it is.
They need to just bury that fucking franchise.
Unreal, man. Why didn't
Fox
you
just
do that?
enjoys. I think Fox just enjoys pissing on the Fantastic Four and lighting on
Fucking, why
fire.
are you doing that?
Apparently, they're not that fantastic.
So fucking unbelievable that they're just fucking getting it wrong every fucking time. I'm annoyed about that shit.
I don't
This
think
is
they
like
want to work
the
with
first
Marvel. I think that's the thing. I don't think they want to work with Marvel. I think
Well,
they're making this movie just to make sure that they can hold on to the rights.
Yeah,
Just so
but
Marvel
why don't
can't
they just
have
do a good fucking movie then instead of doing shit movies? This would be the third time that it sucks. They did a bootleg shit B movie. Then they made the fucking last movie that came out that sucked. And now, why can't they just get somebody that's writing it and that's really good? They know it's failed. Let's go on and do another one.
Because no one cares.
It's horrible. They don't know how to
Yeah.
fucking make a Fantastic Four movie. How difficult is it?
If they're gonna do Fantastic Four, they need to do it like a Disney family sort of version. You know, where it's more family accessible. Because the FF series has been a bit more family oriented, like, you know, with Reed and Susie and Franklin and all that, and just
Yeah,
make
you know what you
it
could do?
make it more of like a family adventure film or something.
No, you know what you could do? You could say it's set in the Marvel universe, right? They go into space. The guy Victor Von Doom, he rigs the rocket because it makes him miscalculate, just like his thing miscalculated in school. They get their powers, but they get sent into some type of vortex thing where when they come back, it's years later and it ties in with the Marvel universe. They just show up. They could have had it that way if Marvel had the rights to do it.
I think it would have been.
They've been around.
I think it'd be funny if they made it a timepiece where it took place in the '60s, and they did it kind of like a period piece, kind of like Mad Men, or not Mad Men, Mad
Like
Men.
X-Men. Like X-Men.
It's it's very centric with like all of the sort of the core of like the '60s and that
Well, they
sort
did
of.
that with X-Men. First Class. You saw that, right? X-Men
Speaking-
First Class?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is do it something more like that. Don't the FF kind of exist. They're not really a modern, like it's tough to believe them in a modern world. They need to be set in the 60s.
That's not true. I've read the comics for decades. They were definitely doing great
So
in
have
the
I.
90s, 2000s.
I bet I've read it as much as you have about.
Well, you know what they
Probably,
could do? They could kind of combine both. They could do their first movie, like Mike D said, in like the '60s or something, but then somehow bring them into like the modern day for like a story or two. Like maybe there's some time with Doctor Strange in the thing now. You can do really anything.
They do that, yeah.
Yeah.
I read about X-Men. Dazzler's going to be in the new movie.
Probably Taylor Swift. Probably.
Seen by their ex-boyfriends and ruined her.
Can you possibly make it shittier? Yeah, Taylor.
Well, no, she's been, from what I understand, she really wants to play that role since the last movie.
Just
Begging.
Simon Kinberg enjoys ruining franchise.
all of this stuff is just silly and stupid. I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, give me a break. They
Can't
got,
wait to see the new Predator movie.
let's have Ariana Grande play Kitty Pryde in the X-Men. I mean, come
Can't
on.
wait to see the new Predator movie. That's going to be wonderful.
Nicki Minaj to play Storm.
Oh,
Predators
gosh.
invent their own Frankenstein monster predator. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see predators in lab coats as scientists.
Finding the
Genetically
predators.
engineering a new predator. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting.
Well, they could have like Puppet Master versus Predator. That'd be great, right?
Puppet Master's coming
versus
back.
demonic toys.
They already
Yeah.
did that.
I
They already
know.
did that.
Versus the Predator.
In fact,
Michael Myers
the
versus
new movie,
Leatherface.
the new movie Puppet Master, they're delaying the last movie. So I still can't get it.
It's like Puppet Master versus Cloverfield.
Listen, he couldn't get the rights
Which one?
to Twilight Zone.
The first.
Oh,
He couldn't get the rights to Twilight Zone, so he's doing his own fucking Twilight Zone.
Puppet Master versus Chucky.
Yeah. I told you I would have had Chucky fucking, like he has to, they send a doll to somebody. I would have had Chucky versus like Paranormal Activity or some shit.
It's like Chucky versus Predator would be great.
Chucky versus-
That'd be great. Yeah.
The Predator just tosses him like.
Yeah.
Chucky versus Leprechaun.
Yeah, there you go.
They were gonna do Leprechaun though.
Did you ever see Leprechaun in the Hood?
Yeah, no. Oh, fuck.
Look at the little dog that kicked his arse.
Wasn't there like Leprechaun in space too?
Yes. There was
Hellraiser in space. Jason in space.
yeah. Hellraiser was in space.
Hellraiser in
Four, I think it was.
space.
How the fuck did they get the Leprechaun into space?
The box was a space station. Or whatever the
He
fuck.
sent just like he charms into space.
Lucky Charms.
Now they
I remember
might as well
that too
do
because
Freddy
like they
Krueger.
blow him up at the end and like his pieces are flying around space.
Yeah. They need to put Freddy Krueger in space now. Then they'll be set. No,
Lucky
don't do
Charms.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was just joking about that.
You might give Moffat ideas. You might want to write that.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll say like because they're in hypersleep, like he can just jump around all of them.
Yeah.
Condor Man. Stephen Moffat's going to reboot it.
I love Condor Man. It's great.
Do you remember like Roger Corman, like the cheap versions of Star Wars? He did like Battle Beyond the Stars and Space Raiders.
God, yes.
Ice Pirates, I remember seeing. I like
That was-
Ice Pirates.
Or Space Raiders too. That's the one I remember. Where they had
Last
the big,
Starfighter.
they had the
That Starfighter was good.
Oh yeah, yeah. And War Games,
Seth Rogen's trying to reboot it.
of course.
That
Of course.
Starfighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they doing like Starship Troopers again, like a different
Yeah.
version of it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Well, yeah, we saw how well the Green
About
Hornet
Galactic.
reboot went for Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah, the Green Hornet, yeah. I know. But
Let's remake Animal House.
that guy died.
Yeah. Stephen First. He was on Babylon
Yeah.
5 also. Flounder.
Oh.
And they're bringing back
At least
Battlestar Galactica in the movie stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
about that?
luckily they're doing it from the
Movies. Movies.
70s version movie.
Movies.
At least they haven't done a Big Lebowski sequel yet.
Not yet.
But they want to do one with the Jesus guy, I think I read.
It's craziness.
Would anyone care about him? That's Nicholas Turturro, right? Or John Turturro or whatever?
Yeah, nobody with the Jesus man. I don't want a movie about Walter. I can get you a toe. I'll get you a toe by
Somebody
10
sends me a
grand.
message, all three phones go off, and now my computer, which is amazing.
Well, that's what I think's funny about the Transformers movies. You have John Goodman as Hound, the new one. The guy who played Donnie voiced the Transformer, and you have to get Jeff Bridges into the movie. And Seymour Simmons was the Jesus guy.
I still say they need to bring back Riptide and fucking make a TV show out of that because it's
Oh, hell yeah.
it's just well enough known that you could actually do a remake and people would like go, okay, I'll watch this. I mean, they brought back what is it, Hawaii 5-0 and
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't bring back Heart to Heart. Remember
yeah,
that?
they could
Oh,
actually
I
do
love Heart to Heart the first few seasons.
With Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Hardcastle and McCormick, Simon and Simon.
St.
Jake
Elsewhere.
and the Fat Man.
LA Law.
That man. How did
Jackie and Lacey.
they ever catch anyone? That guy, what was it, the Jake and the Fat Man, that guy must have weighed like 500 pounds.
I know. And the dog weighed as much as he did.
Well, they'll never bring back Dukes of Hazzard now.
Oh, yeah, that's too racist now.
Wild West. Come on, let's bring back Wild
Lo and
West.
My
Luke,
favorite Martian.
Wild Wild West was one of my favorites growing up. No, they make the Dukes of Hazzard. They'll be like black females now, and they'll be like in the hood.
Oh, God. That's great.
Let's
A little
go.
over the-
No, I need to get some cigarettes, motherfucker.
Throw Leslie Jones in there, it'd be fine.
Oh,
Joe Ryder.
Chris.
She could be boss. She could be Boss Hog.
Oh shit. Roscoe Pico train, yeah.
Yeah, you can hear her go.
Yeah. Remember when they had a spin off the Dukes of Hazzard? It was called fucking Edis. The cop Edis. And then the guy went like this, the black guy went like this, and then he put the thumb up like this, and that this was the slogan from the TV show that lasted 2 episodes.
Penis.
And Daisy Dukes showed up in the city in this was it the 2nd episode?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Did you
Terrible.
see? Did
They
you see
can
the
get Rosie
Magnum
O'Donnell to
game?
play Enos.
Which one?
They can
Magnum.
get Rosie O'Donnell to play Enos.
Magnum PI. Yeah, guys, everybody's talking over each other. Magnum PI. Magnum PI female now.
Well, that's a great idea. That's a fucking great idea.
Eva Longoria. Yeah.
And they'll have
Wonderful.
well, I'm trying to think. Well, they're gonna make them all female. So, what are they gonna have like Judi Dench is gonna be Higgins or something?
Well, Charlie's Angels is coming back now too. Reboot.
They're even doing a reboot.
Oh,
Reboot.
Charlie's Angels. Yeah, they're doing a new reboot. Well, yeah, new reboot. Yeah.
Well, what hose are they gonna get for this one?
I don't know who's cast at all yet. It's too new. They're just starting it. So
the gal from Merger She Wrote is going to be.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, they're probably going to have an older version of Charlie's Angels.
Well, the guy that died was Charlie. He died, right? The guy that was the voice of Charlie.
The guy that the guy from Charlie, he's been dead for like 30 years.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead for a while.
Charlie,
Well,
that
not 30 years, but like
he's been dead a while.
no, he was in the Charlie's Angels reboot, the voice. But
No, not the original. Well, there was a guy that played Charlie, and then there was John Forsythe. Didn't he voice? Yeah.
yeah, he died like what, 15 years ago?
Scott's on it. Let him pull it up.
He was able to film. He was able to do the voice for his first 2, and then that was it. Then he died, right?
I would like to see the Knight Rider thing. That would have been funny if they did like a retro thing with Knight Rider, where they they remember we were waiting for Chips to come out. It's straight to video.
No, it was out. It was out. We just missed it.
It actually came out. Okay.
It actually came out at $25 million budget and made $25,100,000.
No, John Forsythe died in 2010.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I said like 15 years ago. But I mean, whatever. I'm a little off now, but whatever.
Yeah.
Chips cashed in their chips. I guess that was it.
You know,
No
they
sequel
could
for that one.
They could do like a Fright Night series if they really wanted to.
I just wish they would cast that right. Yeah, we got a good series of movies. The guy is writing the new book now. He's getting the right back. He sold the rights. He's getting it back, just like James Cameron's getting the Terminator rights. The guy that's created Fright Night's getting the rights back. He's going to do a 3rd book.
Well, the
then
guy
they're gonna
that
do a whole movie
was,
reboot.
I think his name's Tom Holland, also the director of Fright Night, the original.
Yeah, he's gonna do 3 new movies, but he's gonna make sure that they cast them where it's good enough to get sequels. Yeah.
Well, you know, Pensacon this coming February's got a Fright Night reunion where they're going to have like William Ragsdale and
Yes.
Evil Ed's going to be there. All of them are going to be there,
Wow.
except for Roddy McDowall, of course, because he's dead.
Of
But
course, yeah. Peter Vincent, vampire killer.
Charlie, oh Charlie,
I love that.
Evil Ed, oh you're so cool, Brewster.
Evil Ed became the Green Goblin in Amazing Spider-Man. So.
Well, the funny thing about Evil Ed is that actor like turned to doing like gay porn for a while. No, he really did. It's not a joke.
Oh my God.
His name's like, I think Stephen Jeffries is his name.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, Fright Night, man, that's a fucking legit, like,
Oh, that was that original.
every year you watch it classic.
Well, yeah,
I forget if I saw that
Sleepaway
one
Camp.
on Cinemas
They tried to
or
bring back-
HBO.
I think it was Sleepaway Camp they tried to bring back, right?
Is that the one where, like, the chick's got a dick at the end? Remember that? That was the twist.
I guess. I don't know.
No. I'll tell you what it is. No, the twist of the movie is that at the beginning of the movie, they've got a brother and sister that go to this camp. It's kind of like Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
And they set it up where, you know, like in the original, Jason drowns and the mom, you know, kills people, whatever. Well, in this version, they have a brother and sister. There's a boating accident or something at the summer camp, and all you know is one of them died. And then they show, like, later on, the sister is at the camp, and she's now a camp counselor. She's working there, and somebody's murdering, like, the people a la Friday the 13th there. And her name's, like, Angela or something like that. And the thing is, at the end of the movie, the big twist is that you think that the sister, Angela, was the one that lived, but it was actually the brother that lived. And she goes skinny dipping with, like, the main guy or something at the end of the movie. And the big reveal at the end of the film is that somebody walks up on him at the end of the movie, and, you know, the person's, like, saying something like, you know, Angela, whatever, and she turns around and her dick's hanging out. And then
Oh my
you're
God.
like, that's the twist of the movie.
That's a Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I didn't know if anyone would get that reference by saying that.
That's still on the line and goes, oh my gosh, Angela's a boy.
Yeah, Finkel and Einhorn. Yeah.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Einhorn is Finkel. Einhorn's a man.
They
Say
start,
hello to
playing,
Captain Winky.
they start playing the crying game, and he runs in the bathroom. He's
Turns his
It was
clothes.
Gum. It was Gum. He's like, oh, that was a great thing.
well, yeah, how come, whatever happened to Ace Ventura? You know, are they going to remake any of that?
He
They made-
wants to do it now because
They
his
did two
career
with
is
Jim
like.
Carrey, and then the third one was about Ace Ventura
Well, no,
Jr.
now he's in court for murder. Jim Carrey. They're
Wait,
taking
what?
him to court. They're taking him to the court.
You're talking
Charging him.
about Ace Ventura, not Jim Carrey, right?
No, but Jim Carrey wanted to do new Ace Ventura, but now he's in court for murder. So,
Alrighty then.
and he's also doing an HBO stuff. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then, we just got sour all of a sudden, the Everything Show. I'm sorry.
Well,
I threw a Topic Wonders out there in the wrong show. Okay.
I still don't understand. Are you saying Jim Carrey, the actor, is on trial for murder?
Yes.
Wait, I didn't hear about this. What happened?
I made a mistake of saying it on the wrong show. We talk about that stuff on Topic Wonders because it's real life. But yeah.
I want to
Well,
see
the
what it is.
Everything Show.
You can
Well,
tell me.
I guess yes. I mean, yes. He is.
Well, give me
Yeah.
the headline. What's the?
I don't really. I can't give you the headline because I'm not really too familiar with the story myself. But supposedly his girlfriend, who was a young girlfriend, died, and they're trying to they're saying, well, what if he's responsible? And let me just get the thing, and I'll copy.
I'm reading it now. Jim Carrey sued allegedly for causing ex-girlfriend's death. A wrongful death lawsuit. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Carrey should have just taken her over to William Shatner's pool because apparently that's just the way to do it.
Oh,
That's
shit.
notorious.
Go visit fucking Robert Blake, man. He'll put a bullet in you.
Well, I gotta tell you, if he keeps that beard, then he's gonna become guilty. They just gotta shave that off. Look at that.
Or
Yeah.
better yet, hey,
He looks like the goat. He looks like the friggin' woodchuck. Whatever the hell thing is from Caddyshack. The gopher. Whatever the fuck. Look at that beard. Jesus, man. Is that what happens when you lose Jenny McCarthy? God.
Brainwash him and
McCarthy's
The thing-
batshit crazy now. Oh, I don't want my children to have any inoculations. Those things cause
Gwyneth Paltrow's kind of a kook also.
wood lice. Blah blah blah.
Pepper pot.
She's an anti-vaxxer because, I'd rather get my health advice from a former Playboy playmate than an actual doctor,
I'm supposed to do that?
All I want is a sequel to The Mask.
I don't
That's-
mind getting.
yeah,
I
me
don't mind getting a. I don't mind getting a
Not that
prostate.
shitty one with Jamie
I
Kennedy.
mean, as far as inoculations,
Well,
I'm sure getting tuberculosis is fun.
all right. We're talking about the mask.
I can't have TB. Jenny McCarthy told me it's impossible.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Cindy Crawford about my teeth next, about getting dental work done.
Oh my God.
Well, that's just like going to
Oh, come on.
going
Why?
to Cosby
John
for drug
Wayne.
advice.
John
Listen,
Wayne.
you know what the funniest thing about that was, and not that it's a funny thing, but when Bill Cosby left the court, he's like, hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was real. That was real.
I got a cleat from the trial.
And he won. It was a mistrial. He
Yeah,
won
he
so
did.
far.
I got a pudding pop for you.
He probably went home and had pudding pops right after that. He probably did. He probably was like
Party at
laughing.
O.J. Simpson's house.
You know what? They're not going to retry that. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to get it. They won't.
All I wanted to know was, did they utilize picture pages in the courtroom when they were like
Oh my
recreating
God! Picture
what
pages.
happened? You know, they drew the little stick figures.
He's like, I spy. No.
Hey, hey, hey,
I guess
baby.
Dr. Huxtable can't be a referable doctor anymore.
I can't believe he still did that. That was the funniest thing. Now he's going to sue everybody now. Now he's going to sue everybody who took his show off the air because he's got to get royalties from that, and he's going to have his show back. That they were going to do.
I wonder if he did. I wonder if he did like Fat Albert right before he raped these bitches. Like he did Fat Albert.
That's not funny. But no, he did it after court. He said he did the Fat Albert voice.
Oh, it's funny. Yes, it is.
You didn't see that clip? He did do the voice.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm saying, yeah, you're right.
Listen, I don't condone that, but the thing that him doing the voice was funny.
Well, no one's condoning raping.
Yeah, of course not.
You
You never know with this community. I'll say the wrong fucking, people be like, oh my God. He
Well, that's
wishes
basically
this on people. He wishes this
No
on
offense.
people.
That's basically what's been happening with the Fantastic Four franchise.
Oh, God.
God.
What about Happy Days? We got to bring back Happy Days.
Hey!
Hey, do a remake.
They did a skit a couple years ago. They did with Henry Winkler and Ron Howard. They did for Hillary Clinton, I think. I'm serious. They did vote for Hillary. Somebody said I don't know.
That worked out well for them,
Yeah,
right?
no. Oh shit.
Remember, like, what happened to all the shows like Dallas and Dynasty and all that shit? Did they?
Dynasty's back on the CW.
What about
Oh,
Sheriff? What about Sheriff Lobo?
God, I forgot
Oh,
about
good
that
lord.
fucking dude.
Fucking great that shit. And fucking BJ McKay. Remember that BJ McKay?
Yeah, BJ and the
With
Bear.
Bear?
Not too
BJ
bad.
and Bear. Yeah.
Somebody needs to write Chuck Norris and bring back Walker Texas Ranger.
Yes.
Oh no!
Walking. Yes. I agree on
Did
that one.
anyone find that was a little creepy? The BJ and the Bear. You got a guy like driving an 18-wheeler with a fucking chimpanzee in the cab. I mean,
Yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Maybe they should.
Those long winter nights.
Is that why it was BJ and the Bear?
There was one creepy episode of that.
shit.
You know how he had the hottest girls on there? One
Yeah.
episode, one of them got kidnapped. Remember that?
Well, the chimp was raping him. Like,
No. But one of them, no. One of them, the girl was kidnapped, and the guy was had her in a room. It was weird shit. It was like one of those jump the shark moments. What the hell are you doing in there? What is this?
Hey, they're gonna do a remake of BJ and the Bear. Leslie Jones is the Bear, man.
Stop it. I like Leslie Jones.
He's gonna be like,
Maybe they should.
Come on.
come on, Bear. We got a long road ahead of us.
Dude, I'm telling you, if I ever meet her, I ever meet her, I'm gonna have her give
She's
you a
gonna
shout
be
out.
in the new. She's gonna be in the next planet.
If I ever meet her, I'm gonna have her give you a shout out, Mike T.
Maybe they should bring back Frisco County Jr.
Yeah, Frisco County Jr. Yeah.
BJ's gonna be like, Bear, we got a long trip ahead of us, and she's gonna be like,
I got the prom dress in the back there, Bear. So
The opinions of Mike T does not necessarily express opinions of the Everything Show.
real outfit.
well, they could bring back Good Times and put her on that.
Oh my God.
It could be JJ.
Yeah.
How about the facts of life? I mean, the facts of life.
Fox of Life was good. I like that.
Family Ties.
Until
Yeah.
they stopped baking cookies, then they turned to another business. Weird thing. That I don't
Mrs.
know.
Garrett. Then the other chick moved in, and
Blair Warner, Judy, Natalie, Joe. See, I remember that.
Yeah,
And George
funny how-
Clooney.
Funny how the gal with
George Clooney.
yeah, he was.
The one with the disease, not Tourette's, but
Oh God,
What?
what is it?
What? Hey, what? I used to watch
there's a
Cheers.
girl out there with an actual disease. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I don't know. I used to watch
Are you,
Cheers.
are you talking about Life Goes On with Corky and all that shit?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh no, I do know what Scott's talking about. They had one of their friends had something like cerebral palsy or something.
Yes, CP. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, she don't like me.
Yeah, and then, boy, they'd write her out off the show quick.
You couldn't understand what the fuck she was saying. Bill Cosby wouldn't rape that bitch.
Hey.
With the pudding pops.
Oh my gosh.
Remember?
I apologize, subscribers. This is one of those
Remember
weird hardcore editions.
Oh, it gets better. Remember the Different Strokes episode where that shot?
Oh no! I don't want it. No! I have nightmares with that. I have nightmares. Oh God.
The shop owner. It was like
I don't want it.
Mr. McFeely was like, okay, stop. Mr. McFeely was raping Arnold's friend.
No.
Well, they
That's
it was on TV.
I remember. Grow up.
Like, remember Dudley?
All right.
Dudley, would you like to come over and I'll give you a
stop, dude. No,
I sure was like a bike, Mr.
No, I don't like that.
Well, we can change the subject.
That's
I guess.
bad. Yes, please.
Well, you brought up the
Mork and
wrong-
Mindy.
Oh God.
Nanu. Mork was Laverne and Shirley. Well, wait. What was the first show? Was Happy Days. Then it was Mork and Mindy, right? Or no, Laverne and Shirley. Then Mork and Mindy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had a cartoon where the Fonz was operating the TARDIS.
What?
No, that's true. There is a cartoon. He was traveling with a dog.
And he was traveling with an alien. That was a ripoff of. It was a ripoff of Cross Superstars.
I thought it was a dog he was with.
No, he was with the whole. He was with everybody, and it was like a TARDIS, but it was a spaceship. And he traveled through the water. It was like the TARDIS console. Yeah, and it was with Arthur Fonzarelli, yeah.
Yeah, but Mork and Mindy doesn't make sense because Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley took place in the 50s, and then Mork and Mindy was like present day, which was like the mid to late 70s.
No, he landed early. He landed like 20 years earlier, then he went back to Ork, then he landed again.
They explain that?
They explained that, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm not down on my Mork and Mindy trivia.
Yeah, I'm definitely down on that. I remember.
The lore there, wow.
Yes. In fact, it ended on a cliffhanger where he abducted Arthur Fonzarelli, and Arthur Fonzarelli went with him in the ship, and then he wound up letting him go.
I'll tell you the show that every time it came on, I wanted to like find a tall building and throw myself through a window of it. Was that fucking Little House on the Prairie? It's like I couldn't.
Highway to Heaven I watched, but not that.
Oh God.
I watched that Highway to Heaven, but I didn't watch that.
There's some of the shows that were only on for like a season or two and didn't make it, but they still were impressionable. I didn't realize that. Riptide was on for
one sister.
Bristol County was one of them.
What's that?
Bristol County was 1 year, right?
Yeah.
A lot of Bruce Campbell shows were only one season.
Yeah.
No,
Bristol-
Jack of
Jack of
Trades was 2 years.
That's a funny show. Wrench Warriors Napoleon.
I won $1,000 because of that show. Or Bruce Campbell's Jack of all trades and Cleopatra 2525. I answered correctly on KTU, and I won $1,000 for that.
Oh my God!
Speaking of Bruce Campbell, Ash season 2 is going to be on Blu-ray in August 22nd, I believe.
That's cool.
Was that worth seeing? I never watched it. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'll tell you. Remember, this will bring a laugh to you. For the people that saw it. Every fucking time, every one of these movies, even the later ones that sucked, the scene that you always waited for was the fucking Police Academy. They ended up at the Blue Oyster.
Oh, I love those movies.
Every fucking movie, they end up at the Blue Oyster Bar and like, you know, it's a gay bar with these like, hardcore leather fetish biker guys. And the joke was, regardless of what film, there's always like the Blue Oyster Bar somewhere. It's going to show up where like they get drug in there, and the two asshole cops.
Right? Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, the main like sergeant and his lackey. They always end up at the gay bar getting like manhandled by these guys.
Yes.
Yeah. But talk about typecast back then. Even the guy from Police Academy was the cop in Mannequin. Yeah.
Well, he was a security guard.
Yeah.
That was, is that guy still alive?
I don't know.
He was in some cop show, like,
Oh, I know. Serious, right?
Yeah. He was on a series.
Yeah,
They never redid that. And Kim Cattrall was hot as shit in that.
They're gonna reboot. They're gonna reboot it. Actually,
Oh, of course. What
they are working on
Where's
that.
she going to be a mannequin at? No one goes to
No,
Mars.
They did a sequel to that. That was terrible.
No, they
Mannequin
did
2.
Kristen Swanson, right? That was like the mannequin.
Yeah. But no, they're making that. They're rebooting Police Academy.
Oh, what about Inner Space with Dennis Quaid and Meg
I
Ryan?
knew they were gonna make
Yes, I
sequels
love
to that.
it.
They only did one movie. That was a great movie.
Yeah, that was fun. Was Spielberg involved with producing that or something?
I think so.
Oh, there you go.
Because it had that kind of vibe to it. Sorry, as I'm snorting.
I remember when I was a kid, there was the Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Oh,
Lily
yeah.
Tomlin. I
Uh,
like that. And then they had the twin sister one with Bette Midler and her and whatever.
They now know who's voicing the voice in Spider-Man's suit in Homecoming.
Yeah, it's
Jennifer
it's,
Joe
Connelly.
Dante did the director. It was the director of Inner Space,
oh, thank you. That's right, yeah. And Joe Dante directed Gremlins.
and that was the season. That was the movie which Dennis Quaid and
Meg Ryan hooked
Meg
up.
Ryan met.
they are rebooting Labyrinth.
Oh,
How can you do that without Bowie and Jennifer Connelly?
I don't know, but they're rebooting it. Yeah.
Just like they're
Well,
going to
actually,
do
they're not
Double
rebooting it as a
Hannibal.
sequel. They're not rebooting it as a sequel, so it's going to be the Goblin King's daughter or something. I don't know, whatever it's going to be.
Just like
What
the
about
rebooting.
So is
Big?
Bill Cosby going to play?
Leonard Part 6, Part 2, Part 5.
Oh, shit, Leonard Part 6.
That was the biggest bomb in history. Remember that?
Yeah, I
He
do.
rode around in an
Oh
ostrich.
God!
She's trying to be like James Bond / Peter Sellers / and he's riding around in an ostrich. Remember that? That was ridiculous.
Remember Young Einstein with Yahoo Series? Came out in the
Yeah.
middle.
Jesus.
Crocodile Dundee.
UHF.
Oh, God, yeah.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
UHF, oh my God. Yeah, some of that,
Librarian.
Some of that stuff, like even the TV shows like Carol Burnett I used to watch. With Tim Conway. And,
that was the best stuff, was watching Conway and Harvey Korman crack each
Yeah.
other up.
that was hysterical.
I still am like the biggest fan of Night Court in the world.
Oh
I mean,
yes, Night Court was awesome.
I used to watch Cheers. It was like, what was it, Cheers? Wasn't Night Court on the same night as Cheers or something? Or
I
no?
think so.
yeah.
It was Russell
It was
Hill
like
Street
Cheers. It was Night Court. What else was on that night? I'm trying to think. It was a comedy thing. It was like what? Right? The whole night was comedy.
Yeah, it was like Thursday night, right? Or Wednesday.
Yeah, Thursday was always the biggest nights. Yeah. Then they had what else? Then when Bill Cosby had it, then he had Different World.
Chemistry with Bill Cosby.
Put the red thing in the blue thing, a ding, the doodle, the da.
Yeah. Well, they could have had Cosby take over the bar at Cheers from Sam Malone and mix it.
I'm going to put this little pilly dilly in your
Didn't they do a skit? Didn't they do a Cheers skit like a couple years ago? They still had the bar.
That kind of sounds familiar. Yeah.
He still had the bar.
Well, I'm kind of like you. I'm trying to remember. There was like a 2-hour block. Well, it was like, didn't LA Law come on late, like
LA
after?
Law was at 10 o'clock, 10 to 11.
And it was like Cheers was on, and then Night Court and LA Law or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they honestly didn't bring back LA Law. They could like redo that.
I'm
modern
shocked
day.
too, actually. Corbin Burnson could return. He was great in Major League. I like
What was that? What was that stupid Major Dad? Remember that? Like all those stupid shows like Designing Women and shit.
Yeah, Designing Women was popular. Alan McBeal was popular.
Oh, that was my favorite. God, Designing Women.
Funky Brewster, remember that?
Yeah, that was
I remember
pretty creepy.
Punky
Like
Brewster.
they had like this like Punky was like 10 or something, and it was like this guy was like 63 was like watching her. It's like, what's going on in there?
No, he adopted her. That was like the whole thing. It was like,
Yeah, well, that's a little.
It's supposed to be like Annie, kind of like a little bit, you know.
What was the one where it was on syndication on Saturdays? It was like they had a kid, and the kid was like
It was a robot.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Small Wonder.
Oh yeah, God.
Small Wonders, yeah.
Child Terminator.
Or Alf.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was good.
Small Wonder. Like,
Small Wonder.
boy, that was a fantastic show, obviously, right? I mean, how long was that on? I just had to figure out-
wait. You remember Black Shadow?
Yes.
Or the White Shadow? What was it called?
White Shadow, the basketball.
White Shadow. White
Like,
Shadow.
yeah,
And it was the white teacher, and they were all black, right? It was like the black basketball team or something.
Yeah, he just died 2 years ago.
That was
I think.
great. Then they had Fame, right? And what else did they have? Some of those crazy shows back in the day.
Okay, I'm looking at the 1981, 82 schedule back here. Here we go. This is for Saturday. They got for NBC.
Well, Saturdays, nothing was really on Saturday.
Ben and Chris weren't even born. They weren't even alive when
I
they
know.
I was like in first grade, like in
I
'81.
remember Battle of the Network Stars.
Yes.
About that.
Yeah.
They're bringing that back though. I read something about Ronda Rousey's involved with doing like with being a coach for one of the teams. But it's when they Battle of the Network Stars for like the guys that are young here is that they would have like celebrities from like TV shows and shit, and they would compete. So they would have people that were on like Happy Days going against the people from like Welcome Back, Kotter, you know, or something like that, which is another show that we haven't mentioned.
Right.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
But now they don't do that because they don't want them getting hurt, so they don't do any of that shit.
Oh wow.
The best was when they had Gabe Kaplan as a coach, and the coach on the other side was Robert Conrad.
Oh God, yes.
Conrad gets so competitive, and he got so pissed off about, you know, Conrad's like really like athletic and into all the sports and shit, and he's real. If you are aware of like the guy from the Wild Wild West and shit, and he's just a really competitive. Like,
He's the one who had the whole put the battery on his shoulder commercial.
Yeah, Duracell. I dare you to knock this off my shoulder.
Love Boat Fantasy Island.
The game.
Well, they're doing that thing with Peter Dinklage where he's playing Hervé Villachez from Fantasy Island in a biography.
Oh man.
They don't even look alike. I mean, other than
No, that's weird.
Hello, boss. Hello, boss. Hello.
You know, there was rumors about him opening up condominiums for people his size, and they didn't have to pay anything. They were going to be called Stay Free Mini Pads.
Oh God. Oh shit. I thought we were about to hear another Bill Cosby joke coming down the line.
Jesus. So all my new subscribers, I apologize for this. I just got 23 subscribers last week. Brand new. And tomorrow I'll have 23 subscribers less.
I got a throwback to the past for you. Remember when MTV actually used to play music videos on music?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which Farm remembers?
Remember Friday Night Videos?
I love that.
Yeah. Night Trap.
Celebrity
Remember
Deathmatch.
that's incredible.
Oh yeah. That
Real people.
the John Davidson, Skip, and I'm trying to think of the
Crosby, what was it? Denise?
Kathy Lee Crosby.
Kathy Lee Crosby.
Because she went on to do the Wonder Woman movie before
what happened to
Bruce
these?
Carter.
I know, right?
That's incredible.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yep.
With Jack Palance hosting it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Remember
Unsolved Mystery.
Animal Kingdom.
With
Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wild Kingdom. Yes.
what's that
Jack
motherfucker?
Hanna's Wildlife Adventures.
He's like that old Indian looking guy.
And then Leonard Nimoy had the In Search Of. Was In Search
Yeah,
Of?
Search Of. Yep.
It was the guy's name's Marlon Perkins. That's the guy I'm trying to think of.
Yep.
Well, don't forget everyone's favorite neighbor. How you doing, neighbor? Mr.
I used
Audrey.
to watch Mr. Rogers. I used to watch Electric Company.
The winner of the ultimate death battle of Ultimate Destiny.
Hey, you
Steve Rogers.
guys!
Goonies.
Electric Company. Yep. Zoom.
Oh,
Goonies
I'll tell you who the king of public television was, though, in the late 80s. Fucking Bob Ross, the painter, man.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Bob
And he
Ross.
died
You know
really
Bob-
early.
Yeah, he died
Speaking of
back in
Bob
like
Ross.
94, 95. He's
You know
been
he's
dead for like 20-something years now.
He's so popular.
Bob Ross
now
is getting a
he died.
pop vinyl this year.
What's
He's
that?
got
Bill?
it already. Yeah.
You know he's getting one this August. They just announced it.
Why don't they do like a Bob Ross biopic or something? I mean, that guy's a really interesting
They
guy.
do an autobiography on. I watched it recently.
There's some weird times. Like there was times I was watching, believe it or not, like I watched like Julia's Stepchild cooking, and like they had all these weird cooking craze.
Julia Child?
Yeah, I used to watch, and then there was this guy that Southern Louisiana cooking.
I
Justin
know who you're
Wilson.
talking about.
Justin Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah.
What made me think of that? I don't know. I don't know what made me.
Bob Ross was always high as fuck when he was painting me. He's like, we're going to take a little Thelu Blue and a Alizarin Crimson, and I'm going to take another toke off the bong, and we're just going to paint some happy trees. He fucking died, man.
You know what those happy trees were?
Yeah.
Now all this stuff on TV sucks.
He painted it's some of the shit he would paint. He painted like a mountain scene with snow, like at a beach with like. It's like none of that shit went together. Like, what are you talking about?
I think he was snorting half his paint equipment anyway.
Where did he die of, though? He died suddenly, right?
I actually have a Bob Ross T-shirt.
He had it was like pancreatic cancer or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Shit, the fucking old.
You know,
That's incredible. I'm trying to think of the most.
8 is enough.
here it is.
Oh God, talk
Yeah,
about
they had the one. Yeah, they had the one mother one season, and then they had another mother the next season.
My 3 sons.
I posted the link to the Bob Ross pop.
Leave
if
it
anyone
to
wants see
Beaver.
it.
Thank God, I might
Oh,
have to-
were you a little bit harder than Beaver, Ward?
We don't make mistakes. We make happy accidents.
Yeah, I might have to get that. I like
I
Bob,
used to like Laverne and Shirley when I used to watch that.
Lenny and Squiggy.
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys has got
Better
a
Call
disease now,
Saul.
too. He's got
Better
Lou
Call
Gehrig.
Saul.
I think it's what's considered. I forget the name now, but it was called Lou Gehrig's. Used to call Lou Gehrig's disease.
Mm.
Well, according to Jenny McCarthy, that doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greatest American Hero. That was awesome.
You remember back in the day they had the
Yeah,
live
they
action
tried to
Bill
do a
Cosby?
remake with the Greatest American Heroine, but it was only did one episode, and
Well, Disney owns it now.
We
so
left them
it's
with a
gonna be,
cliffhanger.
they're going to do that eventually, but they're doing Rocketeer also, the sequel to that.
are we doing that?
Yeah, but it's female Rocketeers. Because it's,
The show that used to annoy the shit out of me was One Day at a Time.
I remember that.
It
I like that show. You don't like that show?
It was on for like 15 years. It's like, go away. What the fuck?
No, they tried to do a spin-off.
you had the one daughter the one actress who claimed that her father raped her, and she was, of course, into drugs big time.
Bill Cosby.
I was waiting for that.
Mackenzie Phillips is who you're talking about.
Partridge
Yeah.
Family.
Oh,
Wonder
God.
Years.
The Monkeys.
I think I love you, so what am I so afraid
The Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch, I used to watch that.
Brady Bunch with the
Oh, God.
That was great, the Brady Bunch.
They could bring back,
Marsha.
they could bring back the Monkeys with Leslie Jones.
I used to watch
So that's
them.
Banana
That was good.
Splits. Now Banana Splits, Leslie Jones would fit in perfectly.
Banana Splits.
That was on Saturdays.
I'm surprised you haven't brought up a fucking Automan or whatever.
We talked about that last time.
I thought that was a
Manimal.
joke. I thought that was a joke, and I looked it up. I'm like, it's a fucking real.
No, it's not a joke, right?
What about the A-Team? Fucking Airwolf.
was
You know?
great. Airwolf
Yes.
was great. There was another movie like Airwolf. It was a copy of it, right?
Blue
I think
Thunder.
it's
John,
Blue
the
Thunder.
Rocks.
What's it called?
They tried to make a
Blue
series of
Thunder.
Blue Thunder, and it sucked
Yeah.
because the caption was Jaffo in the movie. It was just another fucking observer, but
What
they
was that?
changed it, of course, for the TV series.
What was that time travel movie with the ships? Was that the Final Conflict or something? Or?
With the ships? What do you mean?
There was a time travel. Was it a movie where there was like a ship, like a boat, like a ship, whatever, and they went into this thing and their ears were popping and it was a time vortex, and then
Final Conflict, I think was the name of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were going to the Battle of Midway. They got into like a
time warp or some weird thing.
Yeah.
And then they left the people behind, and then when they came in later on, they arrived home, they were old.
About fucking Flash Gordon, man.
They never made sequels to that.
Flash with the Queen stuff.
Because the guy who's the head of the Bird People went on to play
Doctor Who.
Yurkon.
Max von Sydow.
He's talking about Brian Blessed.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about Ming, yeah.
Spaceballs turned 30 today.
I know.
Wow, really? Holy shit.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Yeah, he's trying to get a sequel to that, but I don't know if they're going to be able to sign everybody.
Merchandising.
He can't do it without Rick Moranis.
He better get it out because he's like 90 years old.
No, but Rick Moranis, I don't think wants to do it.
He retired.
He doesn't want to do it.
His wife passed away, and he took up raising his kids full time.
I know.
Yeah.
But he did animated work. I mean, he could come back. Maybe just his heart's not in it, maybe.
About all the ones John Candy used to do. Remember those? Like
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Raise your hand between two pillows. Those are pillows. As it go to the greatest lines. No, but Steve Martin was horrible though in Pink Panther.
Oh yeah. Let's take one of the most brilliant comedians ever, not Steve Martin, Peter Sellers, and try and like put Steve Martin in his stead in that role. I mean, come on. I mean, the Pink Panther.
Austin Powers was funny. I admit I like the Austin Powers movies.
Connor doesn't like those.
I love them. I can't wait for the new ones to come out. Can't wait. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with a lot of Real Hooligans cast, hopefully. So, take care. Bye for now.